Hello, it's Philip Taylor speaking from Richmond Green Chambers in London. Today I'm looking at a book which has been produced on an annual basis now for some years by Robin de Wilde, who's put a huge amount of effort into this. It's Facts and Figures, that's the title of the book, which probably is meaningless unless you know exactly what the book contains. It's actually the table, a set of tables for the calculation of damages, and it's for this one I'm looking at is for the year 2016 to 17. It's what used to be known as the Ogden Tables, for those of you who are aware of that terminology. The book's been published by Sweet & Maxwell and Thomson Reuters under the general editorship of Robin de Wilde, Queen's Counsel. We'll have a look at the book in a minute, but Elizabeth and I talked about the book, and we met Robin and had a chat, and in fact I thought it'd be a very good idea to do a further review of the book because it is such an important publication for many of us. So the title for our book review was Calculating Damages. The latest edition of Facts and Figures is out now, and this will be of benefit to you. Let's just have a look at the book itself first. It's a paperback. Here we go. You can see that. There's the front cover with the number, obviously the year there. Then you can see the spine, and then on the back you've got just some basic information which is set out on the back cover, the basic detail, and then let's work backwards. You've got a lot of useful things. You've got diaries at the back and calendars. This is the actual useful organisations listed at the back. It's not got an index as such, but all sorts of different organisations. Schizophrenia, you name it, loads of them mentioned. Then after that, websites, a huge number of websites, very important today. Medical reference and so forth, working backwards. Now at the front, you've got a quick reference. Here we go, Ogden Tables set out right at the beginning at the front there. Then there's the front page itself. And then here is the information. There's this. You'll see a lot of people involved in this. Robin is the general editor, and then the editors are Chris Daitkin, Peter Jennings, Simon Levine, Gina Mangat and Harry Trusted, also including excellent information from Maurice Fowle, who is the forensic accountant. And you can see, as I said, mentioned earlier, this is part of the Professional Negligence Bar Association link with Sweet & Maxwell, Thomson Reuters. A lot of acknowledgements right at the beginning because a lot of the information that's given here is cross-referred to a whole range of different publications. Then there's a useful forward to the very first edition by the Honourable Mr. Justice Bell in 1996, so it's a long time ago. Now, what Robin has done, and I do advise you to read it, this is actually the 21st edition of the Facts and Figures. Now, what Robin has done is set out here who we are, what the purpose of the book is, and he goes through, explains what the Ogden Tables are themselves, and then he explains a whole range of other things. He mentions, for instance, the passing of Harvey McGregor, who will be very well known to many of you as the preeminent commentator, if you like, on damages. And then he's talking again about Lord Chancellors, that bizarre Lord Chancellors, that the last three have had no legal background. There's Robin's final point. His comments are dated August 2016. I'm recording this in 2017. That's an introduction to the very first edition, and then we get into the actual contents themselves. There's the first page, and then you can see how it's structured. Second and third pages there. Now I'm just going to show you briefly. This is the beginning of the Ogden Tables and related materials. And you see the structure of it quite clearly set out there. And then the tables in detail gives you some comments there, and then just showing you the detail of it. It's difficult to get too much of an understanding of this in the short time I'm doing this recording. If we go into, for instance, we've got here prices, retail index prices. This is group E. And again, very important, useful information. You've got, again, a lot of index information there. Very factual and very helpful, subject to what you're actually looking for. So there's the book. It's not a heavy book, by the way. It runs to 300, nearly just under 400 pages, so it's not too bad. Now, what do we say about the book? Well, we say this: at or near the culmination of many a case where quantum is not agreed, the question of damages looms large. How then do you calculate damages? However extensive and complicated, there must be a set of guidelines somewhere out there, and praise be there is. We refer, of course, to the latest edition of Facts and Figures for the year 2016 to 17, which is published by Sweden Maxwell Thomson Reuters. The book is subtitled, as I say, Tables for the Calculation of Damages, which says it all really, except not quite. This volume, in fact, is a tour de force of research and editing, illuminated by insightful commentary throughout by Robin and his team. Now, as this is the 21st edition, the very longevity of this work of reference indicates the esteem in which it is held as the definitive authority on the vexed matter of damages. And from 1996 onwards, the book has been compiled under the general editorship of Robin de Waal, Queen's Counsel, who currently heads a team of 6 editors and a dozen additional expert contributors. And I can't go to everybody, but he has a wide team. So there's a wide spectrum of expertise here on show here, conveniently presented in one volume still, thank you. So as a practitioner, you don't have to spend time you don't have looking up multiple sources of reference elsewhere. And I have to say this is very useful, especially if you are actually either at court or busy right in the final stages, trying to sort the stuff out when the deviling is done by the more junior lawyers. I know that from experience of a few years ago now, but I do think that that does assist. And for greater ease of use, the book is organised under 14 groups of tables from A to N, starting with the Ogden tables and related materials, running through damages, interest rates, tax and national insurance, pensions, benefits, allowances and charges, court of protection and so forth, as well as updated tables on motoring costs and carer fee rates. And in the final section, you'll also find lists of websites and useful organisations right at the back, which I do think is actually incredibly helpful, because especially with the websites you're going to get a lot of additional information now, but of course the real problem is selection. That's always going to be the difficulty with so much information now available. It's useful to note, of course, that the book is produced by the Professional Negligence Bar Association as well. As the publishers, Sweden Maxwell, have put it, quote, "Special damages contribute an important part of most personal injury claims." Absolutely. The aim of this book, therefore, is to make the entire calculation process quicker, easier and more accurate. And I say thank you for that, because when you're actually dealing with the case and presenting it in court, really you do need to have something that will assist you to make sure that the explanations you're giving the judge are as succinct as they can be, and this does help. We attempt to keep up with the changing face of the calculation of damage, says de Waal, whether in the field of personal injuries or elsewhere. In the calculation of damages, he adds, other practitioners in different fields have also found advantage in the use of these tables. So it's not surprising then, is it, that this book is referred to and cited in court by the judiciary. So if you're a personal injury lawyer, or indeed anybody as a practitioner involved with these issues relating to damages, can you really do without it? The answer is no, you can't, which is why you should ensure that this up-to-date edition for 2016-17 occupies pride of place on your desk or in your professional library. Thank you, Robin, and all the people involved. We do appreciate the amount of work you put in, and that's meant. We're very grateful indeed. Publication date is cited at the 1st of August 2016. I'll just show the book again. There's the front, the spine, and then the back. Quite a lot of information on the back there. Just opening it up in the middle. Inflation table, that's quite useful, man, because there hasn't been much. You see, shows you the spread over the years. At the moment, that's not a problem area. Again, other areas, the Ogden tables here. Just opening it. That just gives you a flavour for what's actually in the book. And if we go towards the end of the book, we've got here deputyship costs, for instance. Again, a lot of very, very substantial detail which the team have produced, and we're very grateful to all of them. As I say, thank you. It's good of both the Professional Negligence Bar Association and Sweet & Maxwell to continue to publish the book on an annual basis, and we're very grateful to all of them for the support they give us in our practice. Thank you. Bye-bye.